Hi guys, it's just me, and what we're going to do is I'm going to give you some background on some things that I've added to our server to try to enhance the gameplay for the girls and hopefully for you guys too when you watch the videos. So what I'm going to do is show you most of this stuff here by myself. There are a few things that I'll intermix, possibly some video clips of the girls playing with me showing one or two of these features. One of the main features I'm actually going to save until a separate video just showcasing that new feature. In fact, that might be the only clip besides one other thing. But the first thing I want to show you is we've got a money system. We're using the bucket server plugin, and then we're running a bunch of other plugins that work with bucket. If you guys are interested in this kind of stuff, I can do a video maybe to show how to set up some of this stuff. But one of the things that I've installed is the economy money system. So if I type money, you can see it shows how many coins I have, and I've got 5,508 coins. So it's basically a unit of currency. You do not see these coins in your inventory. They're only kept track of by the economy system. Other plugins can be used to take advantage of those plugins of the economy system, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But so there's that. You can also type /money space top, and that'll show you the richest players in the game. And right now we only have our 4 players playing, you know, in this world, so we're ranked. Now with this money system, one of the things we've added is the ability to actually have shopping carts. Now this is a small little shop here that I had created that's part of my my food store. This is kind of like a general store in a sense that'll sell anything. But if you notice, when I left click on this chest, it mentions that I can sell raw pork chops for $9, I can sell cooked pork chops for $11.82, and I can buy cooked pork chops for $13.07 or coins, and I can buy raw ones for 10. Now when it says I can buy, that would be as if I was a customer coming here. And for selling, this would be if I want to sell stuff to the store. But this is my store, so I really can't sell things with it. So this would be more if I'm going to someone else's store. But let me just show you how to set this up. You can see I've got a bunch of food plugged in here. And I also have in this one bread and wheat. And if I left click on this chest, you can see that this store, this chest store in a sense, will buy bread and wheat and sell bread and wheat. You can obviously see it won't buy it for as much as that it'll sell it for, which makes sense because obviously you want to make money. So how do you set up a chest? Well, let me show you. Basically, you put a chest on the ground. It could be a single chest like this, or it can be a double chest, but we're going to just work with the single chest. Now once you've got that on the ground, then what you do is you have to set up that as being a shop. There's the command rshop, and all you have to do is /rshop, and then it tells you to click on the chest to activate it or deactivate it if it's already a shop. So I left click on it. Now this chest is a shop. So if a user walks into this right now and left clicks on it, you'll see it shows that it'll buy and sell pretty much everything in the game. So you wouldn't want to leave it in this configuration because everybody could basically buy or sell anything. And that's, while it's okay if you want to allow them to buy anything from your chest, you definitely don't want people to just, like, say, keep going out and finding a diamond or whatever, which is one of the more valuable items in the game, and just throw it in your chest, and then you'd be giving them 300-400 coins. Pretty soon you'd become bankrupt. Okay, so once we've got a shop set up, we need to basically tell it what we want to sell in that shop. So let's just say for this shop we want to sell iron ingots. So what we can do is we do a t/rshop, and then we say, you know, what we can buy, and iron ingots are item number 265. If you wanted to sell say gold ingots, you can do a plus 266, and you can keep putting plus and item numbers in there. But for the demo here, we're going to just do 265 for the iron ingots. So now once we hit enter on that, we need to specify which chest that we're going to allow to buy the iron ingots. So we'll click on that one. So now we want to do an rshop command, and we're going to do a sell, and we're going to do plus 265, and then we'll click on the chest. So now this chest has nothing to buy because it's empty, but we can sell iron ingots to it for $51.42. Now that means other players can. Again, this is my chest, so I can't. So I could basically come in here and put some iron ingots in it. Now if a player walks into my store and clicks on this chest, they can sell iron ingots to the chest for $51.42, and they can buy them for $57.07. And all they have to do, and I'm going to show you how this works by going into Lizzies Store. So I am going to run into Lizzies Store. I'm trying not to look around because this is a world that we haven't shown you guys yet. But here is Lizzie's weapon store. And if I left click on this chest, you can see she set it up partially correct. She's got it set up where I can buy from it, but she will buy anything. So I could exploit this and keep putting stuff in her chest. But let's just say I want to buy a sword. So I grab a sword, I put it in my inventory. Now right now you can see I have 5,508 coins. As soon as I walk away from her store, you can see it just purchased one iron sword. So now my money has gone down. And if I look at the top score, Lizzie has now shot to the top. She's the richest player in the game. If I wanted to, I could come back in here, take this iron sword, put it in here, and as I walk away, you can see that I just sold it. So now Lizzie has paid me, and I'm back to being the richest player in the game. So basically you can see how easy it is to set up a shop. Drop a chest down, make it a shop, go in and basically tell it what you want to sell, what you want to buy. You can actually also set up a shop in one of your chests, and you can actually give that shop to somebody else. So if I wanted to, I could do a rshop space give Lizzie, or whatever the player's name may be, and then that shop is owned by them. So right now we've kind of have it set up where everybody has their own shops and everything, but what we're kind of thinking on doing, because it's kind of everybody's then worrying about how much money they have versus the other. So what we might do is set up, say, a large store that is not controlled really by anybody, and it has everything. It has gold swords, diamond swords, you know, whatever it may be. But obviously the more impressive the item, the more expensive it is. And players have to earn money either selling things to the store that they craft or find, or one of the other ways that you can earn money, which I'm going to show you in a little bit. And that way the money that we're earning is used to buy stuff, just like it would be useful to go down into the caves to find diamonds. Well, here's a chance to buy a diamond based off of hard work you've done on other areas. Alright, for this next feature, this is if you would want to basically protect a chest. You know, say we've got our own little house where we've got our own stuff, not a shop, but our own personal things, and we do not want people getting into them. Well, you can drop, say, a chest on the ground, and then there is a command, and I always forget this one. Well, you can see here it's LWC, so we can do a /LWC -C, and then we say private. Left click on the block. So we basically left click on this. Now this is a private chest only for me. When I right click on it, I can get in it. You can see here it says notice that chest is protected. Now obviously it's my chest, so I can get into it. I'm also the operator, the admin on the server, so I can get into anybody's chest. But if Lizzie locks her chest, and she has in this world, in her little room, Paige and Abby cannot get into it. Lizzie also actually has locked a door, which you can do with the same thing here. Instead of clicking on a chest, click on a door, and that door will be locked, and they cannot open it. You can also do it on a furnace too. So I added this just so, we've had issues in the past where, the girls will all collect something and somebody might sneak in and take some iron or some diamond from somebody's chest, and then it all becomes who did this, who did that. So now they can lock their chests, and then stuff that they don't care about they can put in their shops, and stuff that they do care about, keep it in their locked chests. Or in Lizzie's case, she has her own little private wheat farm in her house, and she's got it locked on the door to protect it. Now I'm going to make this daytime just so we stay in the day. So that's how you do a locked chest, and I'm going to show you another feature here in a second. Okay, another feature that I've added is a feature that when anybody dies in the game, that it puts a message up on all of our screens that tells us how they died. And that basically, it pops up and it'll say, Paige died by a skeleton. Or Paige was killed by a zombie. And it kind of tries to make it funny. Like if Lizzie gets killed by a creeper, sometimes it may say, Lizzie was killed hugging a creeper. So it does that, and it also tells if they fall to their death, if they drown, if they suffocate. I mean, it tells you all the methods of dying. It pops a message up on all of our screens so we know when somebody died. If you're doing player versus player, say like when we do Thunderdome, what happens is it actually tells us Lizzie killed Abby with a sword, or it might say with a diamond sword or whatever. So it tells you how they killed the person, what weapon. Now another cool thing that it does is when the person dies, where they die, it actually puts a sign on the ground, and that sign mentions how they died. And I'm going to show you one of those. If you can see up here on the mountain, the girls are up high. We've added a lot of new features to the game, and I want to show you one of the things that happens when people die. So girls, go ahead and jump.
Like, I'm dead. I'm dead.
So, and as you can see, guys, when somebody dies, it puts a little sign here that tells you that they died, their name, and how they died. Alright, so here's a sign where you can see Paige had died, and it automatically drops the sign down. It says, rest in peace, Paige D6 died by skeleton. So what's kind of funny is as you play in a world, these signs may be all over marking where somebody died. So if somebody dies more than the other ones, you're going to see more signs with them. It's just kind of funny. And also, after you die, you can type death TP, and you automatically get teleported to where you died. So you can get your stuff back. So this makes it easier for the girls when they die and they're all worried, that they're out somewhere in the dark and they're alone and they're scared. They can just type this command, because maybe we were all fighting monsters and one of them died and I'm still fighting, so I can't take the time to teleport them. So it gives them the option to teleport themselves. But we really like this feature. I love the signs, and I love the fact that it pops up messages letting us know that somebody died. Alright, another feature you can see is we have Bobby in the game. And I walk up to Bobby, and he turns around and says hi. Now you may be wondering who Bobby is. There is obviously a person who has an account called Bobby, and that's the skin they chose. But what this actually is this is using the non-player character module that I had loaded. So basically, Bobby is not a real player. He doesn't actually move right now. He just stands still, and he is programmed by me to say specific messages. So in this particular one, the girls have seen Bobby, And when they right click on him, you can see here he says, "Bad news, crew. Lore is returning to this world and vows to destroy you all." So he's kind of giving them a little bit of info that's possible future crew quests. Lore may be returning. So you may be wondering, how do I do that? You can see the NPC is the command, and if you type citizens help, you can see how I can create a player. I basically can say NPC create Freddy, and let's actually let's try Notch, and I can say, "Hi guys, I created Minecraft." And there you go. There's Notch. That's the skin that Notch uses, and you can see he's got his let me get there. He's got his little cloak on or whatever. And then to get rid of Notch, I can basically remove Notch. And you can see I can, up here I can set the text that he says. If I want to set it later, I can add text so he can say more than one or two sentences. I can change his name. I can remove him. We're going to remove him. Bye bye Notch. So that makes it nice that I can create, say, stores and shops, and I can have a character in there, and that can be the shopkeeper, and I can have him say something. One little thing I do not like, and there's probably no way that the authors of these plugins can get around it, is if you program in multiple lines for him to say, like if I wanted Bobby to say, "Guys, I have important news for you," and I set that as the first bit of text, and then I add a second thing that says, "Lore is coming to look for you. He's trying to kill you." And then if I say a third line and it says, "Go to the castle to find help." When the players come up to Bobby and right click on him, he might say that first sentence first, he might say the third, he might say the second, he might go sentence 3, sentence 2, sentence 3, sentence 2, sentence 1. It's not necessarily in order. So you basically have to keep it pretty short and sweet, or at least not care. Your players have to not care that the things might come up out of order. But this is very useful because I can populate the town. And obviously it's kind of funny, if you put in a name of a player, it'll actually use their skin. So this is one way that you guys can get involved into the game. When I do quests, or when I do things in the game, I can put non-player characters with your names in the game, and you will show up like you would when you play, with your skin that you've chosen, and everything. You won't actually be in the game playing, but it's kind of a cute way. So if you see this video and you would love to be included in a one of our videos just as a non-player character that says a line or two, send me a message. Send it as a private message so I can keep track of them, and just tell me your Minecraft name and that you are happy if I stick you in the game, maybe as a townsfolk or something. Maybe you'll be the bad guy that's in a jail cell if I create a prison. So could be lots of cool things. And obviously if you're creating your own quests for the girls to play, and you're running your own server like I am, you could create non-player characters yourself and put them in your quest and in different spots. And then when you send me the quest file, you would need to contact me first, but you could actually send me the data file that goes along with this module that tells it where the non-player characters are. So again, just another way to make it a much more immersive world. Alright, so another module I've loaded is called IMonster. And basically this module allows you, when you kill a monster, you can configure what you want the monster to drop when it dies. One of the things that I have set up is that monsters actually give you money when you kill them. You earn money. I think of it as bounties that are paid by the town for us to protect them. So if you kill a creeper and a skeleton, I kind of give them a little bit more money for killing them, because they're a little harder to kill, say, than a zombie or even a spider. So basically, here comes a spider. So you can see I earned 14 gold pieces, coins, and right into my account, and also got some string. You can also tell this module what you want it to drop besides just money. And the zombies and the spiders and everything and creepers still drop their normal gunpowder and feathers, bones and arrows, but I've actually tweaked it so that a creeper, when it dies, will drop a little bit more gunpowder than it normally would, and also, just for the heck of it, possibly an apple. And a zombie might drop just a couple pieces of iron, and spiders pretty much just string. So it adds a little extra to the world. Alright, I see a skeleton here. So you can see I killed the skeleton and I got 19 coins. You can see the zombie dropped a bunch of feathers. I think I have it set to maybe drop 4 or 5 feathers. Nothing super fancy. Alright, so one other thing I want to show you is, if you notice, well, let's actually try to kill this creeper first. Alright, so creeper died. Just gunpowder, but I did get, I can get up to the 50 gold pieces. You can program this IMonster to basically give you a range, a random range. So I think I have like a creeper set to be like between 20 and 50 gold coins, but I got 25 on that one. So you can see I got my gold. I got some iron ingots for killing that guy. Alright, and now the last thing I want to show you is that you may notice I have a piece of bedrock here. And obviously you cannot mine bedrock, but you can, obviously you can, oh, there's my apple that I got from the killing the one creeper. Let's see, we need to find some monster here in the game. But I added a monster tamer module. And because I'm the administrator, if I have a piece of bedrock in my hand, looks like our zombie might, okay, I got him before he blew up. I right clicked on him like I was attacking him with the bedrock, and you can see it said you caught a zombie. So this lets you catch monsters. Now what this is going to be useful for is in the future, let me see if I can catch a pig. Yep, I caught a pig. You can catch pretty much anything you want, but I'm going to go ahead and just catch, I'd like to have got a creeper while I was at it. And then you can see Thunderdome there. So basically, let me order a couple more pieces of bedrock. Now, if I drop the bedrock, that releases the monster. In this case, animal. And this should be the pig. Now, I have one monster remaining. If I do this, there he is. So basically, what you can see that would be useful with this monster tamer is, say for Thunderdome, I could actually catch a bunch of monsters and take them into Thunderdome, release them, and allow the girls to fight a bunch of monsters besides each other. Or maybe it's just them fighting a group of monsters. So, just to recap, a lot of things have been added. One other thing that is my favorite I haven't mentioned, and it's going to be a whole video itself just to talk about this. But just to recap, economy added, which gives us the ability to have a money system. We've added the IMonster, which when we kill monsters, it gets us money. And it also gives us a chance to configure what items monsters drop. So, just to encourage the girls to fight monsters more, now they can make money and they can get a few items here and there. I might even configure a creeper have a 1 out of 100 chance of dropping a diamond, which potentially would get them more involved. And plus, we all have trouble with creepers because we always get a little too close and they blow up. So we've got all that. We got the shop system, which lets us set up shops and sell things and buy things, all coupled in with the economy system. We also have the lock system, which lets us lock a chest, lock doors, lock furnaces, so we can protect our personal items. You've seen the monster tamer option, so I can catch monsters. There's some other things I've set up. I've set a thing that lets me configure the spawn point, so when somebody dies, I've created like a house that we spawn into, so that it's got a chance to everybody to come into a safe point and actually get some generic weapons and things, so that they're not completely without. I've also set up a warp plugin which lets me configure warp points, and I don't really tell the girls too much about that, but it's nice for me if I'm building a quest or a world up with a bunch of detail. I can warp to specific parts to work on it. There's some other modules I have loaded too, but those are all the big ones. And like I said, there's one more special module that I'll be talking about in the next video, and I'll actually show some videos of us using that particular feature, and it is really fun, really cool, and I think you guys are going to like it. So if you have any questions about specifics on any of these modules, let me know. And if you'd like to see some videos on how to set up a server, or to set up the Bucket plugin with all these modules for Bucket to do all these things, all that's possible. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Talk to you later.
There's some things I know about you. Your hair is black and red and full, and your smile's like a child's. I think I'll stay with you a while. Nights staring at the time when I am you and you are me. With too many nights staring at the time when I am you and you are me. Shape's divinity. We are like rabbits in the tree.